Hi friends, it is Michelle with Garden Jargon, and I'm out here at the Ginger Creek Garden today. It is October 9th, Saturday. It is around 2 o'clock. It's like 78 degrees today. And I've been out here this morning with Roger and Carolyn and Bridget in the garden, just getting it ready for the 2022 season. We are so excited that we got the news that we can extend our garden for next season, and we are excited to grow more food for people. We are excited to grow a beautiful, abundant garden that people can be a part of and be a part of a community with us. And so I just wanted to share with you the progress that I have, and I'm so itchy, got dirt and wood chips on my neck. So I wanted to share with you what we have done today. So far we've extended the garden quite a bit. I think I extended it another 30 feet. I originally did not have that much space accounted for, but when I get to designing a garden, I just keep taking more land and more land, more land. I just keep taking land, but they got a lot of acreage here. They don't mind if I take an extra 10 feet. So I want to show you what we've done so far, and I do my best to utilize the help that we have when we have it. And so today was basically building our garden beds. We just grow garden beds out of old decking lumber. The theory behind that is don't use treated wood because it can leach chemicals into the soil and affect your food. Really, we have eaten enough herbicides and pesticides on our food from the grocery store in our lifetime, then we need to be worrying about the chemicals leaching from the lumber in our little decking board boxes into our food. So my apologies if I feel insincere about that, but the trace minerals of whatever's going to come out of these 25-year boards into the soil, into our vegetables, I'm sorry. If there's anything in there, I'm sorry. Don't eat our vegetables. I just don't even know what to say about it. But I'm not concerned about it. I'm concerned about keeping the soil that I inoculate with fertilizers and worm compost and really good soil that we're paying for. I want it to stay in one position in one spot so that it can get into the plants that we're putting in the ground. And I start all of these plants in my basement in the spring. So all of the garden that you have seen all through these videos, through the garden tours throughout the year, all of those plants started at my house, with the exception of a couple greenhouses that donated a couple plants to us. So let me flip the camera around and show you what Roger, myself, Carolyn, and Bridget got done today. All right, here we are. You guys have seen this in the progress of all of the videos that I've done so far. Let's start over here because this is where the end of the garden ends from last year. Right here. This bed, the last video you probably saw it, there was zucchini squash here with T-post next to it that we staked up our zucchinis in this row here. And then here were yellow squash down this row. And Bridget pulled them all out today because they're all done. They gave us vegetables all the way up to like 2 weeks ago. So we're very, very grateful for that. This cute little flower patch here, the girls planted those seeds this spring and they have been abundantly blooming. We've been picking bouquets out of this all summer long. So what I wanted here was a 4-foot walkway. It kind of turned into like a 4-foot up there, maybe like a 3.5-foot down here. I think it's just because I don't plumb up the square of the gardens that I build. I don't know how to do that. I'm not good in math. But these are the beds. This lumber was donated to us from a person on Facebook. So thank you very much. I've given credit to her for donating this lumber, and her husband actually brought it to us. Like I told her I had to get a rent a truck and come and pick it up, and she said, nope, I'm bringing it to the church for you. So it's 6 20-foot beds. And then Roger had just built beds like this at his house for perennial gardens at their house, and he constructed these blocks that we put in the corners. He drilled holes in them, and then we put landscaping nails through there that holds it into place. This is at an incline, so it goes down like this, not a lot, but just enough. And we noticed in our other beds over here, we didn't take account for that. But over here, we wanted to make sure that we had support at least on the down slope of the bed so it doesn't bow out the wood. So with his ingenuity of putting these blocks in here and the landscaping nails through there, that will not happen in our beds. So these will be filled with compost. We have compost that's way back over there by the pond that we had gotten from Wayne. We're going to fill these all with compost, and then in between our rows, obviously on top of the cardboard, will be wood chips, and we have wood chips to last us for years. So we went ahead and constructed all of these beds, and then we had that big block. I don't remember if you remember seeing the big stage that was on top of the plastic out here on the previous videos. That stage that we've used for our outdoor services. Dan gave that to us through the church, and so we deconstructed it and used the lumber for these 3 beds right here. These are 2 longer beds. This is a shorter bed, but my vision for here is to plant stuff that's going to grow up and over the arch trellises, and I'm going to put arch trellises up and over here and make a tunnel going through here. That is the plan. And then over here we ran out of decking wood, so we're just going to go ahead and use these fence panels, which we've used before. We're going to double them up, so we'll just lay them and then we're going to stagger the next piece of wood in between so that it actually makes it twice as thick, and screw them right into these decking blocks and nail them into the ground. I'll put tons of cardboard down, and then we'll fill this with compost, and this will be next year's squash bed. Zucchini and yellow zucchini. So that is where we're at in the garden as of now. So today's Saturday. We have helpers that are going to be helping us tomorrow, which is great. So we'll have them start moving some compost. We have Chris Huntoon from Huntoon Farms going to bring us more compost this week. It just rained a bunch yesterday, so that compost is really heavy, so he likes to let it dry out a little bit before he brings it. But he'll bring that here, and he'll put that right here in the parking lot, so we can just wheelbarrow it from the parking lot to those garden beds. And then we're also, at some point, it's October, it's 80 degrees. I don't understand. I love it because it extends the season, which is perfect. We have probably another 100 pounds of tomatoes in our garden right now that are just waiting to blush. Once they blush a little bit, they will turn red on a counter, so I'm very excited to let them blush at least before our first frost. If we have some temps that are going to dip down to a freezing temp, and it's just one night that it's going to dip like that, I might come out here and just cover up our tomatoes if there's going to be 60 and 70 degree weather after that the next couple days. So that's how it like flirts with us in the middle of October, as it did last year. These are all brassicas here, the chards and the kales all right here. Those are perfectly fine, especially under the shady tree. We're going to make sure that we redesign this portion of the garden next year. I'll keep the panels here because I love the Malabar spinach and I love the magnolia sugar peas. I think they're beautiful, and I'm going to let them grow here and provide shade for our brassicas, and I think this is going to be a really pretty spot next season. But I just wanted to share that with you guys today, what our progress is here in the garden, and I hope that you stay tuned to watch what's going to happen in this garden next year. The weight count for what we've pulled out of this garden has already tipped the 1,200 pound mark. Last year we did 860 pounds. So this year we are already at 1,100 pounds. It could be a little more than that. I just took some more vegetables over there this past week. So thank you so much for paying attention and watching our videos. We really do appreciate your support. Please, if you like the video, please consider subscribing and hitting the like button. That's how you could support me and my channel. And this is just one garden out of 3 that I manage. I also take care of and developed the Batavia Community Garden in Batavia. There is a playlist for that in my playlist, as well as Wilson Garden, which is the garden at my house. And the food that I grow at my home is for personal consumption, and then I donate the remainder. So it's so great to see you guys. Thanks again for watching. And as always, take care and God bless.